What's wrong with the bracket? I don't understand. They did 3 out of the bracket. Generally, what is done is when you get to winners finals, the winner and the loser of that match from the pool will go into completely separate pools for the next phase of the bracket. That way, if you drop to losers, there's no chance of a run back where those two players played again. Profit is in winners in this side of the bracket because he beat IDOM in winners finals of their pool. This is the next phase, the top 96 bracket. IDOM dropped to losers and had to play Dr. African, Dan Slip, Golden Sen, and his reward for getting all the way through that is to play Profit again. Normally, in most major events, they would take the winner and loser and put them into separate pools so that they don't play each other again. And yeah, like Ham Jam says, he runs the Midwest World Warrior and Roundhouse and other events. There's an option to, you select an option to prevent double jeopardy and start GG configuration that will do that process and minimize these things from happening. But they didn't do that, which is what it's always done. So I think that it leads to less variety in the matches for the players and the viewers. And also, it makes the results less... The more variety you have in matchups throughout the phase of the tournament, the more meaningful the lower placements become. Because imagine if you play Daigo, you lose, then someone upsets Daigo, then you fight Daigo again, and you got 128th place. Sure, you did bad, but maybe that's just because you lost to Daigo twice. Then Daigo goes through losers and wins the tournament. Are you the 128th worst player in the whole bracket? Not necessarily, but now the results are less meaningful lower in the results because of this double jeopardy issue. But if you have this thing where you say, okay, you lost to this player, sure, we're going to give you a new set of players. Now you have more data points to be able to gauge where your placing stands, and you have more context, and therefore the lower results have more power and accuracy, I would say, in terms of ranking players. So that way, top 64 versus top 32 versus top 24 have more weight. When you badly structure brackets and you have a lot of double jeopardies and you have bad seeding, that makes you have less clarity and differentiating between different placements and the lower placing of the brackets. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if we care about the difference between 7th place and 13th place, then we should structure our brackets better. If you only care about first place, then do random seeding and who gives a fuck. Only the best player that day matters. But we kind of care about ranking even lower in the placements and preventing issues like that. So all of our tournaments now do that where they prevent double jeopardy, but this one's not doing that. So we have a double jeopardy run back here. We almost had a double jeopardy run back here. Reflex put Ending Walker into losers. We might get a double jeopardy run back here as well. So we're seeing it happen. Yeah, it almost happened again with Slice and Brutus as well, right here. But Slice lost right before Brutus. Brutus put Slice in losers. Feels pretty bad to get double jeopardy too. I actually remember Apology Man got quadruple jeopardied in Strive at EVO Japan the year before last. Got quadruple jeopardied. Are you confusing Apology Man versus Aqua in DBFZ World Tour Finals LCQ? Where they had 4 spots open, so they played 4 tournaments in a row. And basically only the first place player would leave, and then all the other players would play a whole other tournament from start to finish. And he had to play Aqua 4 times in a row. Yeah, talk about a shit show. That is the that is the worst LCQ format I've ever heard of.